Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one is a question somebody asked me in a Spanish channel in the comment, and the question was, how do I let go of old beliefs? Not old beliefs, true, every belief. How do I let go of them? I don't have to concern about how to let go of beliefs. The moment I know that every belief is false by being a belief, because it has an opposite. But truth, however, is eternal, is permanent, it never changes. And the truth that I'm pointing to is who I am. You see, when the root cause, which is the belief I'm a separate entity, is addressed, all the other beliefs, they fall by the wayside. They immediately drop. You see, it doesn't matter what the belief is, because I know that it's a belief. It's just what it is, and then we live life kind of like lightheartedly, lightly. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say somebody offers me a supplementation, multivitamins or something like that. Well, now I know that it's all beliefs. I know that they're just beliefs and means absolutely nothing. That doesn't mean that I may not find myself saying, okay, I can take some of those if they offer them to me. But I see that as a happening rather than something that is important or something that can have an effect. Even in the appearance, some may suggest, no, it does have an effect because you put these nutrients or so. Yeah, but you have to remember, if that was true, the people who don't eat, because there's people who don't eat, actually, I don't know what they call, they supposedly live off prana or whatever they call it. Again, I'm just simply saying that if those people are alive and they seem to be healthy and they seem to be okay, then the argument that the supplementation is necessary goes out the window. Not only the argument of the supplementation, the argument of eating, you see? So, again, what is true for everything and is permanent, never changes. The only thing that is true that we cannot negate is the fact that I am. That is true. You cannot negate your existence. Within the world of appearances, call it the seeming existence. That cannot be negated. Now, everything you superimpose on that is a belief, beginning with the belief, I am this separate entity. But when that is questioned, then I don't have to be concerned about how to let go of all beliefs, because the tendency is these beliefs I don't like, I'm resisting, because I believe I'm this person and I want to change this person to a different version of this person. But to change a version of one person to a different version of that person or a person, I have to hold on to the belief I'm a person. It's a no-win situation. Because even if I change from a person that may have low self-esteem to a person that have high self-esteem, there's still the belief in a person, and that belief itself is the cause of all suffering and the cause of the belief in limitation. You are one with everything. You are everything. But as long as you perceive, or there's a perception of a me, separate from everything else, there is the belief in limitation. And as long as there's a belief in limitation, because I believe I'm a separate entity, then all the beliefs have something to attach to. And then trying to let go of a belief is impossible, because who would be the one trying to let go of a belief? See? And all that happens is that I want to let go of this belief, but I want to hang on to another belief. Because you cannot leave that as a vacuum. They have to be replaced with something else. You see? But here, we're emptying the whole thing so you can recognize yourself as the emptiness that you are. It's not that you as an individual are going to feel empty, but when there's no hanging on to any kind of belief, I feel the openness of the fact that I am, and everything is seen but not judged necessarily. It's just seen as life. So if I have a situation that somebody offers me a particular supplementation, I find myself either saying yes or no, knowing that I don't try to I don't attach any belief to that supplementation, suggesting, oh, that supplementation is the cause of me feeling the way I do. No, I look at it, okay, that is what seems to be happening right now, and I found myself saying yes. That's it. You see, I don't attach any belief to anything. Because once again, I just see how the life of this seeming character is unfolding, remembering that nothing means anything. You see? And once again, what kind of belief can I hold on to? And if I find myself reacting to something, I can recognize, okay, there's the belief that me as an individual, and I can see that there's a belief hanging in there. That's a cause of me trying to hang on of a particular point of view. And in that moment, I can realize, okay, wait a minute, how do I know this is true? And I can go back again. And the tendency, generally speaking, is that the more that's resting in the being that I am, the tendency of trying to share my points of view seems to kind of diminish. One's become more like an observer rather than a participant, even though when I'm participating. It's not that I'm not participating and I don't talk. Talking happens, participation happens, but it's not seen as something personal. It's seen more like a happening. You see, life is unfolding. Life unfolds, and then you see all the scenes that present themselves, which gives us an opportunity to see how I am so identified with this seeming me, which is the belief in a separate entity. And let's see what other beliefs might come up. Let's, for example, everybody has points of view about the government. Okay? Well, when there's an identification, a strong identification with a me, maybe there's also a strong identification of my point of view about a government. But when there's a recognition that I am, even those points of view, if sometimes can be shared, but they're shared not with the heaviness of this is true. It's just a sharing that could happen, which means absolutely nothing. It's just basically part of the conversation, but it's something that seems to happen. Or maybe it doesn't have to happen. Maybe you observe the conversation. You see? So it's not that all of a sudden you don't have points of view, it's that they're seen through. Okay, these are just point of view, part of the happening, but has nothing to do with the truth of what I am. And once again, once the recognition of what I am is clearly seen, every belief falls, it drops immediately. So I don't have to let go of any beliefs. Because a belief, you have to hold on to it for it to sustain. But if there's no one holding on to them, because now there's a recognition that I am, once again, they fall by the wayside. So I'm not concerned about changing beliefs or anything like that. No, I just see that from the moment I wake up in the morning, the journey unfolds, and then it's seen how there's identification with the seeming me, and that identification is seen. Okay, oh look, there's a strong identification in this moment. Oh, I'm noticing that this person is saying something. There's a trigger happening in here, and that trigger is an opportunity to just let go. Does that mean that I cannot have a point of view, that I cannot share? Of course I can share points of view, but again, we're not so attached to any of them. We see life unfolding as it will, while simultaneously there's a recognition that I am. You see? And this is all there is to it. If you want, find out what kind of belief you have right now. See if you have any beliefs, anyone, any of them. See if you can come up with one. Okay? Now, when you can see that belief, when you can see it for what it is, it doesn't mean that you can say, well, I still agree with this point of view, is that you see it as such, but doesn't have any hold on you. You can drop it at any time, because in truth, everything in this world of appearances is a lie. You know. But what I am is that in which everything seems to manifest. Once you see what you are, who cares what happens on the surface? And yes, you still function the same way, and you take care of things that needs to be taken care of, but with a light-heartedness, you know. If the body has a seeming imbalance and there's something that could help that body, yeah, it's still a lie. Everything is a lie, but you know, you may find yourself taking the supplementation or the medication or doing whatever needs to be done. But once again, everything is seen as part of the play that unfolds, rather than, oh my God, what could happen to me? This is important. No, nothing is important. If the universe presents, or in the play they present the possibility of dealing with a particular situation, just notice it. Hey, look, this is experiencing right now. This is what is unfolding. But again, there's not a belief that this is important or this is the cause of whatever may be happening in my life. It's just life unfolding as it is. And by not holding on to any belief, once again, you cannot coast through life instead of holding on and fighting and struggling. No, they're just basically watching the play unfold. Hey, the body's having this situation. Hey, look, this particular seeming remedy is showing up. Or if the remedy doesn't show up, it means that there's no remedy that needs to show up, and then again things will take care of themselves. There's anything, you see. That's why, remember, seek you first the kingdom of God and its righteousness. And if this is the first time you're watching these videos, this is not a Bible thing. It's just that it's a quote that I think is wonderful that says, "Get to know who you are." Seek you first truth, seek you first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all of things will be added on to you. What implies to me is that just get to know who you are, and everything is a part of you. Not things, we're not talking about things, it's just a way of saying, but what I'm saying is that as long as I know what I am, then the world of appearances is no longer a distraction to me. And within the world of appearances, it can only be seen how whatever is needed for the moment appears on its own, either because there's an inspiration for me to do something about it, or just simply in beingness, just observe how life unfolds. But now I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything I see. I don't believe anything I hear. I don't believe anything. I just see how life unfolds. You see? And then just kind of just relax through it. And once again, once you know what you are or who you are, which is which is right now, by no identification with the content of the mind, well, what belief could you hold on to? None. They just drop. And again, go to the root cause. It's not about now putting this into practice to let go of all beliefs. Let's go to the root cause. The root cause is who I am. If that belief is seen through, then all beliefs, all of them, will have nothing to attach to. And the question, it just falls by the wayside. Every single question falls by the wayside. Question that seems to be part of the practicality of this functioning, they may still there. How do I get to the supermarket? Hey, what do you think I should do with this? Or whatever. Those questions are there, that's fine. Well, those existential questions and philosophical questions and everything, they drop by the wayside because I know that I am. And this is where this is all pointing to. I am. Right now, resting in I am. Notice that there's no beliefs. It's just I am. And once again, when a belief comes up to the surface, now it's seen, okay, it's a belief, not a problem. I am. You rest in I am. And right now, I am. This is beingness. This is it. This is all there is. And well, I hope this served as that's inspiration that came through. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can become evident.